The situation in the national capital is deteriorating by every passing minute. Currently, I am reporting from the Delhi Secretariat, where just a few moments ago, a bus had come here and gotten stuck into this waterlogged area right outside the Delhi Secretariat. Now, if I could show you in the visuals over here, the people who are inside the bus, they are now being rescued. If you could see, women, children, small children who are in the laps and in the arms of their parents are now being rescued from this bus. There were several attempts that were made by tractors to make sure that this bus comes out, but this bus has stuck over there, and all the passengers who were inside the bus, they are now slowly starting to leave from the bus. This is the kind of visuals that is coming up from right outside the Delhi Secretariat, which is one of the most posh areas and one of the most planned areas in the national capital. The who's and who of the Delhi government, including ministers and senior officials of the Delhi government, actually work from this very office, and this is just 20 meters away from the Secretariat where such visuals are coming to the fore. This actually tells you the state of preparedness that Delhi had this time around to fight its monsoon. Although the water that has gathered over here, this is not rainwater, but this is water that has been released from the Hathnikund dam in Haryana, and which has made Yamuna overflow. Now this is the water of Yamuna. This is Yamuna water, the holy water of Yamuna, that has now gone away from its streams and has now gone ahead and create flood all across the national capital, especially in the districts of North Delhi and East Delhi. And these visuals tell you a story of itself, of how the people of the national capital are continuously suffering because of the water that has been released from Haryana, and how people are still running from pillar to post to get any sort of assistance or any sort of help from the government. So this entire visuals that we are bringing to you exclusively on your screens at CNN News 18, this tells the story of how the people of Delhi are running from pillar to post just to get the basic needs and just to get the basic help from the government and from the administration. Another bus that has reached over here, people are trying to stop that bus and trying to ask him to not come ahead from that location, because yet again that bus could be stuck in this traffic. And that iconic photo that we see year in and year out of buses being stuck in waterlogged areas in the national capital, that is becoming a reality this year as well. So yes, it remains to be seen if the government is ready to take any sort of action whatsoever in this entire matter, or if the people of Delhi are left on the blessings of the God, and as soon as on the blessings of the God, and if at all the water is dispersed from here, then only we can expect any sort of headway to be made, because at this point in time the people of Delhi are definitely facing a lot of brunt of this monsoon, and how the water levels of Yamuna have risen to historic levels. And these pictures actually tell you a story in themselves of how old people, young people, kids, women are now being rescued from this bus and are being taken towards a source of what you call a footpath that is still away from the waterlogged areas. I've been reporting over here from the last half an hour, and the water levels have increased significantly in this entire area, whereas zero preparations have still been made to make sure that the water level deteriorates. If I could show you in the visuals over here, the tanker is here. They will try to pump out the water, but where will this water be pumped out? That is the biggest question, because if at all the water is pumped back into Yamuna, the water is going to get back over here. And if at all the water is not pumped into Yamuna, the water levels are going to increase. So yet another DTC bus in the visuals over here is trying to cross this waterlogged area. If you could see the water levels, it could be anywhere around 3 feet now, and the water levels is continuously increasing as the DTC bus driver has decided to cross this waterlogged area through his bus. It remains to be seen if he will be successful in his plans, or will he be stuck yet again in this entire waterlogged situation that has developed out here in the national capital. The bus is trying to cross this entire area. The water levels is increasing by every passing minute. In fact, these heavy waves are now coming out of this water as the bus is trying to cross the shores and is trying to reach on the other end. So successfully the bus has managed to cross the riverfront, and there is some sort of celebrations that is also being taken place over here as the locals cheerfully celebrate that finally a bus has managed to cross from this entire area. Now these visuals actually tell you the entire story of how bad the situation is right here and how much worse it can get if at all the government does not intervene right now and come up with some sort of action plan just to make sure that all this water that is collected over here, this is drained out of this area as soon as possible.